Welcome to the Get Over Yourself podcast. This is author and athlete Brad Kearns discovering ways to be healthy, fit, and happy in hectic, high-stress modern life. So let's slow down and take a deep breath, take a cold plunge, and expertly balance that competitive intensity with an appreciation of the journey. That's the theme of the show. Here we go. The Get Over Yourself podcast is brought to you by Almost Heaven, beautiful compact home use sauna kits, ancestral supplements, grass-fed organ meats in a capsule, DNA Fit, genetic testing for custom diet and exercise recommendations, Integro Health, high-potency liquid probiotic called Flourish, Organifi, organic powdered superfoods, delicious green, gold, and red powders, Wild Idea Buffalo, sustainable, grass-fed, beyond organic, real ketones, clean burning ketones for athletic performance and fat loss. And check out the bradkearns.com/shop page. That's my personal selection of favorite products for health, fitness, and peak performance. And here we go with the show. It's so unusual because I think most people are more hot-wired than you. They're going to pounce on this or that, and I see you as always like the calming force, you know?
When you can't do anything about it, might as well just, there's no reason to get upset. So you asked me, why am I chill? I mean, it's who I am.
I want to enthusiastically recommend DNA Fit, cutting-edge genetic testing to deliver a personal profile that will guide your fitness and nutrition goals. So simple, you spit in a tube, mail it off, and soon you get by email this super cool infographic where it delivers all these important insights and elements of your genetic profile at a glance. How you metabolize carbs, caffeine, vitamin D, lactose, and much more. My exercise profile was mind-blowing because it revealed my genetic muscular makeup to be 54% power strength and only 46% endurance. As a lifelong endurance athlete, I've been banging my head against the wall, training in a manner that was in conflict with my genes. Don't wait 20 years making mistakes like I did. Find out what diet and exercise patterns are most aligned with your genetics at DNAfit.com. This stuff used to be super expensive. It was a few $100s. Now it's pennies. Not really, but it's a great deal, and you get 30% off if you just put in the code GOY30. Check out everything at DNAfit.com. So the Breather Show, as all devoted listeners know, and Mia Moore knows, so we just turn the mic on. And what I was going to ask you during the official formal Mia Moore show number 2 was how you're so chill in a relationship. Because I reflect, like, you don't complain, you don't nag me, you don't nitpick. You're just baseline chill.
That's funny that you say that because I don't feel that I'm always chill. I mean, just like we were talking about the example of the fridge. I mean, of the fridge. Go back.
No going back.
There's
no going back.
Of the dishwasher.
The dishwasher.
Is that I feel like I'm being, nagging, like I'm nagging you in a way. I mean, I'm not doing it in a nagging manner, but I'm not just openly accepting your contribution in the kitchen washing dishes. I want them done in a certain way, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just like, and then, it touches my heart, like when you apologize, and I'm like, you don't have to apologize for that, but it's like, it's nice that you're coming from that place. And it's so unusual because I think most people are more hot-wired than you, and they're gonna pounce on this or that. And I see you as always like the calming force. Your kids are kind of that way too, in a lot of ways.
Right, my kids.
One of my kids
not all
is too.
Them, but some of them are more chill than the others.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Because maybe is it a lot genetic there? Have you always been like the chill one in the story?
Growing up, I was pretty chill, mellow, even keeled. But I have been in other relationships where, and I I think I
show number 1.
Right,
you said
we talked about
I can't
that.
believe it. You said you yelled and you decided never to do it again.
But that was being in a relationship where we each brought out the worst in one another, and that can happen. And and here we bring out the best in each other, I hope.
Because we're so old and wise and mature.
Right? That does make a difference too. And it's just, plus for me, it's a conscious decision to not react in a negative way and not behave in that other manner. So that's,
Is it taking like a lot of energy, might I ask?
No. It's not like I'm biting my tongue or anything. No.
Right. Why not? I mean, I'm a pain in the butt. We have to admit, anyone who knows me is like, I'm a little bit like high flying, right? I'm not like Mr. Guy with the tie and the white shirt and arriving home at the exact time and walking in like Mr. Rogers and changing into my sweater.
But it's funny that you say that. I mean, why do you say that? You're a little, you depict yourself in such a way that's not really true to who you are. The person I see is the guy who, picks me up, with flowers, you buy flowers for me, right? And when you pick me up, you have flowers, with you in the car to give to me. That's not some high flying dude. I mean, you're thoughtful, you're caring, you cook and you contribute, in the household, right? Make my life easier because I work long hours and I come home and you have a healthy meal prepared for me. I mean, so yeah, that's who I see. So,
speaking of those long hours, I'm also curious, like, what is your source of motivation? How do you sustain that type of, it seems like you're on automatic pilot and you just do what needs to be done in life. And you have this tremendous passion and curiosity at all times. So even if we're going to go eat at a restaurant in a new city, you're going to investigate it. You're going to hit the websites, the Yelp, look at the pictures of the meals. And I feel like I'm awed by it, especially with your commitment to the workplace, which, not everybody's like that. There's a lot of people trying to skate.
That could be just how I was raised. I mean, my father is that way. I think I've taught you about growing up. My dad had his regular 8 to 5 job. Plus he also came home and did bookkeeping and taxes on the side. And so during tax season, he barely slept. And what kept him going is he loves numbers. He enjoys doing the bookkeeping, taxes, and just like I have my 8 to 5 job and then I do real estate on the side, right? I don't know what it is. It's just, we're hard workers, I guess, when you enjoy doing something, it's not work.
I also observe that even when you have these jam-packed daily schedule, you're moving at a comfortable, relaxed pace where most people would be frenzied.
Right.
And you'll talk, you'll be like, oh man, the traffic, I'm going to be late, but it's like 3 degrees down from the people who are clearly in fight or flight response, and their voice changes and their fingers shake. And I think that's where you get the exhaustion out of it.
And I'm not like that. You're right. I'm chill. I'm just thinking about in the workplace, you're right. I tend to just be mellow and I listen. I'm not going to be, not going to react when somebody does something or says something. I try to get the other, my colleagues to kind of slow down and tell them, wait, why don't you think about it first before you respond, or try to get them to see a different perspective, because sometimes that's why people instinctually have a thought or an impression about someone or something, and they don't stop to, they don't slow down to kind of see the full story.
Triggered, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get triggered, they respond instead of just stepping back and hearing everything and then acting accordingly.
they default into unconscious behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps getting stuck in my head how those examples play out all day.
Right.
So are you more conscious maybe? Are you going from 95% to, are you 80% unconscious and a full 20% conscious? Do you notice yourself like, I don't know, processing things where, oh, I guess I know you do in the workplace, like you're looking at the big vision and deciding how you're going to respond. And sometimes you'll share that with me as part of your, we can't call it venting, but you're just processing things out, which I don't think a lot of people are taking the time to do it. They're just jumping off the handle.
Right.
What about in relationship life?
Same thing. I mean, it's I'm not being reactive to anything. I mean, I think that's why I'm chill. I don't know. Or how you described yourself, I don't see that.
Wow. I think you're bringing out the best in me for sure. And possibly everyone's capable of, succumbing to negative energy around you over and over. You're gonna bring out the worst. But
right. So you asked me, why am I chill? I mean, it's who I am. But so I think it could go back to and why I was so drawn to the book, The Four Agreements, because it is kind of how I live my life already. Maybe that's why I'm chill. I don't take things personally. That's one of the things people do that cause them not to be chill, right? Somebody says something, they right away take it personally and they react in that manner instead of just listening to whatever it is that's being discussed and just, like I said, not taking it personally and not making assumptions. Just always doing your best and knowing that other people are always doing their best. So I'm chill about it. I'm not going to be, oh, this person should have done this or this person is no good at doing that or what have you. It's like, hey, they're doing their best.
With the tools they've been given.
Yeah, with the tools they've been given. Exactly.
Why is that clause so important to add to the end?
Because, they're doing their best with the tools they've been given. But also it depends at the moment. Are they sick? That could be their best at that time, but their best could be different, a year from now or,
Are they a superstar?
Oh,
yes or no?
Yeah, not everyone's a superstar. So I think that's, all of that contributes to why I'm a chill person.
What about when you have a busy day in front of you, high pressure things happening, you get on the freeway and there's an accident and your best laid plans are trashed? It seems like your reaction is you're able to go with the flow.
Right. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. When you can't do anything about it, you might as well just, there's no reason to get upset in life or start, cussing because of whatever,
So that's my question. I mean, is this from practice? Do you have to, because we hear these things like consciously engage your breathing. If you get stuck in a traffic jam, take 10 deep breaths and play this meditation app every night so you can wake up the next day and be more grateful. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. But I think,
well, I believe in all of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that. I don't have a grateful, whatever you call that, journal, but what is it, gratitude journal? But I think it works for people, for certain people who need that. I think it's a great tool, and meditating is another great tool. I'm not discounting any of that. For me, I think if I'm talking to someone on the phone and if I'm in that kind of stressful traffic situation, I'm going to get off the phone. I really don't want to talk to someone because people don't realize, you have to focus. We go into our unconscious driving, I guess, like he was saying, but I think that I'd rather have it be quiet. When I'm stressed, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to even listen to music. Sometimes I just want quiet and solitude so I can just be in my thoughts. And that extends to our relationship.
Whoa.
So, I mean, there are times when I just want to be quiet and not talk. And I feel that you want me to be talkative, like something's wrong because I'm not talking, right? Or we tend to talk every day when I'm on the way to work. And if I'm having a stressful drive to the office because of traffic or whatever, I won't call you because I'm focusing on driving. Because if I were to call you, there's been times when, we're talking and you're saying something, and normally in a conversation, the other party peppers you with questions.
I get butthurt
or
from the first show.
Or with questions or something. But then if I'm all of a sudden not acknowledging with an aha or ask a question because all of a sudden my attention is focused on the road, you're butthurt that I'm not interacting with you. So sometimes it's best just to not talk on the phone. So I may not call you that day on my way to the office because it's just a stressful ride and I don't want to have to deal with having to multitask.
And my response is, oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. But if I'm projecting something differently, which to your example, maybe I did get butthurt at one point when I was saying something important to me, and you said, oh my gosh, that's so backed up, I should have got off at the other exit. And I'd be like, oh, excuse me, or whatever. And then I turn around the next day and say, hey, don't worry about it if you're too busy to call me, or, it's like, I'm not behind my statement. And I don't know how we're getting onto this, but I think it's kind of valuable for me to acknowledge, look, man, then don't get so butthurt if she's doesn't have my full undivided attention every time. Or a friend of mine was, texting his partner while the partner was on vacation and getting butthurt that the texts weren't coming back.
Right.
But wait, they're on vacation.
Right.
You're not in a relationship couple. You're not at a romantic dinner. You're on vacation.
Yeah. Why is that person texting while the family's on vacation? There could be a little insecurity there or what have you. But as far as what I was talking about earlier, one thing I think you've noticed, even though in that moment I may be talking about the traffic, I did hear what you said. And usually after I say my comment about the traffic, then I'll go back to you and say, so what did that person say? I'll always follow up.
I know.
But you usually get butthurt before I can go back, but you've heard me go back.
Every time there's an interruption, you bring it back. And same with at a party or something where whatever, I was cut off or something. Mm-hmm. You're always you're going back and prompting, which is I appreciate it. Yeah. Or just us two talking. So I guess the point is try not to get too stressed about the inevitable distractions of daily life.
Right. Don't take things personally.
And do the best you can to connect in our example of, hey, you give me a call. Sometimes it's only for a few minutes because you're almost at work because you had other calls or other things to do. It's like, hey, great. Have a good day. We have a short exchange.
Right.
Doing the best we can. And then maybe the final component here is we also have to recognize the importance of focusing and doing away with distraction when we really need to do it, when we really need to zero in and focus. And more shows about that coming, but that's one of my favorite themes here is we got issues right now because we're constantly connected.
Right. Connected to things versus people.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay connected, people. Thank you, Mia Moore.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the show. We would love your feedback at getoveryourselfpodcast@gmail.com. And we would also love if you could leave a rating and a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. I know it's a hassle. You have to go to desktop iTunes, click on the tab that says ratings and reviews, and then click to rate the show anywhere from 5 to 5 stars. And it really helps spread the word so more people can find the show and get over themselves because they need to. Thanks for doing it. This is Brad. I want to tell you about my life-changing acquisition of a personal home-use sauna. I have a 6x6 barrel sauna in my backyard, ready-made heat therapy, a fabulous unit from Almost Heaven. Check out their website. You can very affordably order your own sauna for installation in your backyard or garage and have a sauna experience, the fabulous health benefits accruing from exposure to hot temperatures. Get that sweat going. These are beautiful traditional dry barrel saunas where you splash the water on the rocks, go in there and relax. It's become a social centerpiece at my home. People traveling from far and wide to come check out the barrel sauna, turn the dial or set the timer and walk in to 200 degrees in the Caribbean seas. For some reason, people like to come to the sauna more than my cold tub. Go figure. Check out almostheaven.com and their beautiful natural wood designs, and pretty soon, surprisingly affordable, you will be in the home sauna business.